Grand final time! The Korea Qualifier map number 1. Tempest in the lead already since they came through the winner bracket, going up against Ammonite in a best-of-5 series. And Battlefield of Eternity kicks us off as both of the teams are fighting for their spot at the offline event in Miami. Over on the left side, we got Tempest. Again, this is a rematch. These two teams already met each other in the winner bracket final, where Tempest was successful with a 3-0 against Ammonite. But to be fair, Ammonite had some really nice games and should have walked away with at least one, if not two map wins. But Tempest was just a bit too good in the late game. Now we have them here with Jojo and Dehaka. Sylvanas and Jimmy is back as well, going straight into the Exterminator. Europe has pretty much given up on him on this map, but as you can see, we still have him on the Korean side, looking for the immortal damage, which is exactly the role that he was used for when he was played in the Western scene as well. For Team Ammonite, we now have again that combo that they've been playing quite a lot with Spell, aka Tist on Anuburak. And we got Blaze here with Junkrat, who just doesn't get banned either on the Korean matches. So it's going to be an interesting match between the teams. Now again, if you're not really familiar with the tournament, this is the first qualifier for the Heroes International, the first Korean qualifier. Heroes International is an offline event that will be held in the middle of October, the 14th to 16th to be exact, in Miami. $11,000 prize pool, and we're going to have 2 Korean teams, 3 Europeans and 3 Americans fighting it out. So the first real big international event ever since Blizzard axed HGC. And again, if you want to have more information, you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to put a link into the video description. And there's also a crowdfunding, a GoFundMe that you can contribute to if you like the effort to revive the Heroes of the Storm esports scene and make sure that we're having international competition, especially in an offline environment. Then you can contribute there as well. Very much appreciated to help us up the production level a little bit, get more casters involved, and just up the production in general with additional hardware and so on and so forth. And the good news is every single donation is also going to be matched by our sponsors, which are, by the way, Heroes of the Storm fans. And so anything that gets contributed to the crowdfunding is going to be matched by an equal donation from them. The only thing that Ammonite is currently donating is a lot of damage, and Dehaka is an unwilling recipient here. The essence kept him alive as the teams are dodging around. The one thing that I really have taken away so far from the Korean qualifiers is that especially the decision-making of most of the Korean teams was absolutely stellar throughout the matches that I've casted. One exception, the Tomb of the Spider Queen game between the Bubai Theory and Team Ammonite in the losers bracket match, losers bracket final. I have no idea what the Bubai Theory was thinking there, but they pretty much went for a very awkward decision on Tomb, which, well, as it turned out, didn't really matter in the long run, but still. Besides that, decision-making has been absolutely on point. Teams have taken the smallest advantages to go for forts, for keeps, and even for core calls, and it was pretty fantastic. The meta, it is quite similar to what we're seeing in the West, but there's definitely a couple of differences, particularly in priorities on certain heroes. And I would say that the winner of this tournament, or the 2 winners of this tournament in regards to the damage, are Jimmy and Greymane. Now, Jimmy being played on Battlefield of Eternity is not the biggest shock here, but it's still a hero that doesn't usually get picked on the European side any longer. There was a time when he was a regular one in the meta, but yeah, as you can see, his damage here on the Immortal is absolutely insane with Exterminator on level 1. But what I like is that we also see a lot of Greymane from the Koreans, and I would assume that in this particular case, Greymane was banned. And if there's anybody that is still wondering, hey, why don't we see the draft? Explanation, as usual, very simple. The only reason why I am not including drafts in any of the games that I cast and upload is always the same. Those games are casted from replays because of time differences, because there's another tournament that was taking place at the same time, or any explanation like that. And unfortunately, replays don't include drafts, which is a bit of an oversight on the side of Blizzard in my eyes, but yeah, that's kind of why. I would assume that Greymane was banned though, because he was a regular in the previous games, and I would have expected him to be taken here too with the... Oh, Capybara has to be careful here on Jojo, might be the first one to fall, but Rhaegar with the save. Nice. Alright, that was a close call here. Now, Tempest has taken the first Immortal. The shield isn't as strong as I expected after they initially did insane work here. They now have on level 7 the Unstable Compound. That's probably one of the bigger ones that they have level 7 this early. And you can tell that they're already going for a bit of a play that we've seen with the Sylvanas and Greymane composition a lot, trying to push the side where the Immortal isn't going. But in this case, obviously, they have to rely on Jimmy for that. But good damage already done. And it pretty much focuses the top defense onto Hanzo. Lockdown is helping out a little bit too, but needs to be very, very careful. Took a ton of damage here. But he might be able to get that fort now, especially since Gondar is rotating up to help him out. This is a very, very successful first objective for Tempest. Now their 1-0 lead, thanks to the winner's bracket advantage, is of course huge already. So they only need to win 3 games to make this a successful run for Miami. But let's see if maybe Ammonite can fight back here. Currently, things are not really looking too good for Ammonite. They've already lost the top fort, and the bottom one doesn't look too hot either. Both of them already losing a lot of hit points. And yep, this one is getting dropped too. Without a single kill in the game, we now have 2 forts destroyed already. And obviously you can see on both sides a lot of really strong players that we've seen even in the times of HGC. Talking about Tist here, you got Mary Day, you got Dami, we have Reset, and then on Team Tempest, I mean, we've talked about them already in previous series. This is really the who's who of the current Korean pro scene that we have right now. Couple of players were already defeated. Hooligan, for example, playing for the Bubai Theory. They took 3rd place in the tournament, which gives them nothing but a wet handshake. They have to try again in qualifier number 2. Currently top side, obviously Dehaka is a global. And I guess Dehaka is also here that we should highlight a little bit because he isn't really played in Europe on Battlefield of Eternity. Not a lot. Pretty much never. Dehaka, back in the day of HGC, and especially at the beginning of HGC, was a hero that has seen a lot of play on this map. The idea was oftentimes to just get an advantage around level 7 or level 10 and then really force the fight in that small time frame that you had. But this has been abandoned since then and isn't really played and practiced in the West a lot. So now Dehaka, at least on in the Korean meta, is back and is getting the boot here. First blood against Dehaka, so he's down. One of the big differences in meta is definitely the affinities for certain talents that we're seeing on the heroes. And as you can tell, now the adaptation for Dehaka plus, again, Bloodlust for Rhaegar. They keep doing that, and with big success too. Now we got the stuns set up from Johanna, going in with the Blessed Shield. Yes, the Bloodlust stuns are coming. Wailing Arrow on the choke point already being used, and it's the end of a Nubarak as the noob got wrecked. Down to the bot lane. They still had Reset trying to take the camp down, but even that doesn't really work for them. The halftime show victory for Team Tempest. They are doing a great job here. It's a kill for a kill, obviously, but if you look at the minimap, the structural damage that they've been able to dish out is spectacular. So, nicely done. Very well played here by Tempest. Now, of course, having Bloodlust not available anymore means that they gotta be a little bit careful here. But they still have a lot of poke that they can also use against this. The job of Hanzo is it now to reduce the shield as best he can by unleashing his level 4. And Nubarak finally picking his ult too. Going into the cool. Plays already being made here. Mary Day, careful. Bunker is out. And the red team has to be very cautious with Anduin. Yeah. Lockdown is already on the move back as well. Gonda on the run on the left. Gets Cocoon too. Sylvanas might be in trouble here. Rhaegar is ready. And Sylvanas, I think that is a dead Gonda. Well, maybe not. No, instead they're turning it on Hanzo for a moment. But Lockdown is still in trouble. Sylvanas falls. So does Junkrat. The red got killed, and they're looking for the next one. They want Mary Day. Mary Day! Ah, there it is. Anduin is dead. Dami gets hit by the penetrating round, and that's a triple kill against Ammonite. Nicely done. Yeah, Anduin, the crybaby, gets eliminated here. That wouldn't have happened to a French Anduin player. He would have employed the French defense a little bit sooner and run away earlier. But the Koreans, they stuck it out a bit too long at the front line and paid the price for it. So, rather unfortunate. Now with this, we got 4 kills, 2-2. And a big lead in experience also for Tempest, which is going to result in a level 13 talent advantage for them now. And that bodes very badly for the bot lane keep, because with Sylvanas, this push is going to hit hard. There's a huge chance that they're going to take the first keep of the game, despite the fact that we're only 10 minutes into the game. So level 13 talents, that's a little boost that they have that gives us immediate line them up, baby. We also got the tidal waves. And the Haka, he's pushing the top side, can always join the team with his global whenever he please do so. Here we go, lockdown moving in, and with a light bomb they're already attempting to make a play. Immediately the Haka getting focused, but of course any attack that goes his way is also an attack that is not hitting the Immortal, as that beast marches towards their keep to drop the major structure at the bot lane. Now here's the drag, they go for the Nubarak again. The Immortal not done with this yet, and honestly, this thing is still standing. So they weren't able to take it down. Still big lead in experience for them here. That obviously also goes for most of the deaths and kills. So we have currently 28,000 damage by Hanzo. Yeah, that arrow hit nothing, so they were pretty much checking with the arrow if the Haka was currently trying to tunnel away here. So Lockdown is on the move at the top, but they're still chasing him. But the arrow was pretty much not meant to interrupt any potential channel away. High risk, low rewards. I mean, do they need that arrow in the next 50 seconds? Probably not. If he hits, then he's of course then he's a hero. Der Held von Alperfeld. The hero of the strawberry farm. I think my pig whistles. Oh, alright, so level 13. Any second for them now. And all the English speakers are like, what? Nani? Okay, so as it stands, Tempest is doing fantastic. They are having an incredible lead in experience. They might get level 16 for the next objective. And while all of this happens, well, 30 seconds, I mean, they're getting close. Maybe for the halftime show they're going to have level 16, so that talent advantage would be rather nice if they can get to it. Time will tell, I suppose. So Gonda on the pleb horse. I gotta admit that if whoever makes it into the event Miami, we need to have some better synergy, some better like we need money picks. I don't know what to say here, like, but the lack of money picks is oddly disturbing to me. So seeing so many pleb horses in such a top team, that is definitely something that we just can't just let slide when it comes to the offline event. Something has to be done about this. Half a level until 16, but they're already fighting. Arrow, this time Sylvanas gets hit, but Rega is ready and immediately deals with the situation here, helping the rest of the team out. Now, of course, the question is still, are they going to wait for 16 or are they engaging into the battle before they have that talent advantage? Because currently it's more or less a trade in damage on the Immortal. But Dami is at it. Dami is going for it again, trying to take this big boy down. And, well, can he make it happen? Blaze tapping the fountain real quickly. Everybody else is apparently doing the same thing. Very, very, very backward positioning to ensure that they have plenty of time to wait for level 16. And now that they have it, they're moving past the Immortal, trying to attack on the right side. The elongated tongue is in. Paint them red as well. We got the synergy with the Earthgrasp totem. And Junkrat got junked once again. So he got trashed. And the Immortal is going to be taken. Well, Nubarak is dead, and I guess the blue team wins it after all. Maybe Hanzo with a nice combo could have tried to cheese it somehow. But yeah, that isn't happening here. So the problem is still the same. You have a nearly destroyed keep at the bottom of the map. The top lane has already been opened up quite a lot. So this is going to be a massive attack. Considering that a Nubarak is down for another 16 seconds, they might even be able to take that tower down and start damaging the keep before the Immortal is even there. And the Haka is of course doing his thing on the side lane. What makes this worse for Ammonite is that they don't have level 16 talents either, so they're still 3 levels behind. The stats disadvantage is already insane, and then on top of that you also don't have that talent. So yeah, things are looking rough for them. Sylvanas is pushing this. The Haka is dealing with the keep at the bottom of the map, as you can see on the minimap. That one's already gone, so one keep down, second one likely to fall. Yeah, they're trying their best here, but Hanzo is not having the impact that he was hoping for with that arrow. Rega with the Bloodlust. They already got the Cocoon out against Jojo, but they still have to retreat here. Ammonite, that is, and they lose Hanzo in the process. So Hanzo is down, that Immortal still on the march, and Tempest, they're going for the next kill, taking down Blaze and moving on towards the core. This looks like it's a done deal on map number 1 of this best of 7 series. I think I called it earlier in best of 5. My bad, it's a best of 7 with a 1-0 advantage. So yes, here we are, 2-0 now for Team Tempest after a victory on Battlefield of Eternity against Ammonite.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Map number 2 in the grand final, the best of 7. 2-0 already for Tempest. Again, they started into the grand final with a 1-0 advantage thanks to the winner bracket. Now we have them on Tomb of the Spider Queen with Maiev and Garrosh plus Blaze at the front. Anduin again responsible for the heals, and Hanzo this time in the hands of the blue team as over to the right side. Ammonite, they got to step it up a little bit. If they lose this one, they will have to win 4 games in a row, which is pretty rough. We have Leoric and Diablo for them, and here he is, Greymane, played by Dami. Another hero that I should point out when we're talking about differences in meta is definitely Malfurion, as he's going to be the support. Sylvanas, as you could see, for the damage. But Malfurion gets played a lot by the Korean teams. I mean, a lot. So we'll see if that's going to be enough to turn the tide, because the momentum is definitely in the hands of the blue team, and they're looking already for kill number 1, trying to aim for reset here. Couldn't get the kill, but yeah. Now we'll see how this is gonna end up for Ammonite. They really need to step it up a little bit. They had some great showings in the winner bracket final when the two teams met initially. But if they want to turn this around, they definitely got to do this here too. Dami already realizing that he's going to die here, but he gets the kill. Nice. And he's saved. That's awesome. They're even looking for another kill. Tist, spell, he's nearly dead. Jesus, the fight that never ends. The gift that keeps on giving. And what a battle. What a turnaround. Ending in 3 kills for the red team. Sick City, they're getting another kill. The fuck is happening here? This is amazing. That was crazy, guys. I mean, that was absolutely nuts. This all started with, yeah, Greymane being isolated, but look at that jet propulsion here and how they capitalized on it. That was fan-fucking-tastic. What a nice brawl. And of course, big lead now for Tempest with the 4 kills that they just netted themselves. Nicely done. As it stands, we have them with half a level lead. Gem count is, of course, in favor of the blue team. The red team lost quite a few. But this is really where they can now try and pull a bit further ahead, thanks to those talent advantages that they're going to have, at least initially. Already looking at the Indomitable. This time we got the Ignore All Distractions. So no chasing squirrels anymore. And with 23 gems turned in, they are really making sure they're a bit ahead. And again, I am disappointed. Spray game, absolutely not on point here. Going for the pleb spray, riding a lot of pleb mounts, a little bit of a bland one. Koreans need to step it up a little bit in that regard, or they're going to be completely outclassed at the offline event. We've seen the spray game of the Europeans. We know that the mount game of most of them is also fantastic. I mean, once that Benny appears in this choo-choo train or the money pick, then it's just all lights out. So Korea has to step it up in that regard. Gameplay only gets you so far. If you want to win the heart of the crowd, then you got to go for the money pick. Everybody knows that. Now, Greymane is dead, and they're looking for more kills. And I got to say, Ammonite, they're having a rough time here. This is kill number 6 in favor of Tempest. It seems like the blue team is here to really brawl it out. I mean, these guys, they are making it happen right now. They already have a 2-0 lead. They're looking for the quick 3-0 to just get those match points. But yeah, this is definitely a massive leg up. Blue team with the first web weaver wave 3 minutes in. Level 7 talent that is going to hit any moment now. That's pretty good. So let's see how Ammonite can defend this. They got a Sylvanas. They have Sylvanas, they have Greymane. They have enough power to stop those Web Weavers. Can they though? That's the question. And, well, I'm not so sure. So there's again, Tis getting attacked. Spell gets flipped in. Yeah, can they drop him? Jet propulsion, hitting straight for Meridian. Malfurion is in trouble. Malfurion is dead. The old Giza is gone. And the Web Weaver's attacking the middle and the top as Sylvanas is being chased here. Reset is on the run. Gets tethered and splattered. 1 down, 2 down. They're going for number 3. Tist is gone. And yeah, that is getting more than nasty. In the middle of the map, the first fort is down to 30-20% HP, and it seems like they are going to try to push this even further. But up at the top of the map, I think this is one that is likely going to fall. Depends a little bit on when we're going to see some defenders appear. That level 7 advantage was, of course, a big advantage for Tempest in the first place. But yeah, that is just brutal. Absolutely brutal. Even if they can save the fort for now, this is not looking good for the outer structures on the side of Ammonite. So right now, 2 of the forts nearly gone. This is rough. Ammonite, they need to really go for a big team fight and win it handily if they want to have a chance here. So there's that. Another flip. And the coordination of Tempest is just too much here. It's absolutely too much. Meriday gets caught again. They're going through them like hot butter through cheese. Tempest is pretty much playing Heroes of the Storm Whack-A-Mole right now. Whenever they see a hero, they like, see a hero, kill a hero. They just go all out on them, drop one after another. Just look at the gem count alone. After 1 turn in, we still have more gems in the hands of Tempest than we do for Ammonite, because they're just killing them wherever they stand. 12 kills to 1. They're closing in on level 10. And Ammonite is realizing that this is just not working out right now. The heroic abilities that are now available for Tempest is making this even easier for them. But I gotta say that... Oh, I mean, guys, we're 5 minutes in. 5 minutes into the game, 2 forts down, boss about to be taken, level 10 against level 8. It's not like Ammonite doesn't know what's happening right now, it's just they can't do anything about it. So they have to helplessly watch as the boss is taken. And now the boss will march through the top lane. I'm just not so sure if he's going to do a lot of damage, because the good news for Ammonite is, well, it's only 5 minutes into the game, so that boss didn't scale too well. Still pretty weak. Should be easily defended, but they will still have to give up a bit of space in the middle of the map, and that could potentially be an attack coordinated by Tempest around the bot lane, if they're trying to go for that. Gondor is already moving back. He has obviously nothing that he can really do topside. If they can take the wall down with the boss, that would already be great, but you gotta capitalize on this somehow, and it's mostly a trade in camps, so we've seen camps taken by Ammonite that can now easily be defended, or at least most of them. Level 10 abilities are ready, and the blue team is also using that opportunity to turn in. Meaning Tempest is getting the 2nd Web Weaver wave in a row now. Greymane going for the throat. Lightning Breath for Diablo, as he's looking for the barbecue. And here we go. Web Weavers are in the house. Oh yeah, spiders everywhere. Yeah, look at that coordination! Sylvanas getting absolutely crushed. And she's not the only one. Greymane is also dead, which means that both of the damage dealers are gone. And you guys already know where this is headed. Now that the Web Weavers are in play and both of the damage dealers are gone, have fun defending. With now Diablo dying, that's his soul stacks eliminated too. So yeah, things are not looking good. Not at all. 15 kills to 1. Tempest is absolutely outclassing them right now. They're moving into the middle with the rest of the team, as we have Blaze dealing with the top lane, and Ammonite just very much so struggling to deal with the situation at hand. It's a massive snowball. It's a snowball that has turned into an avalanche a long time ago, and Ammonite is helplessly sitting there trying to somehow stem the tides, and it's just not working. They were down a heroic ability early on in the game. Now they're losing the fort in the, the keep in the middle was just way too much. mean, it's just one snowball after another that we're currently witnessing here. And every time there is a battle, it seems that the blue team has a mad advantage over their opponent. Being at the level 13 talent, the fact that they can't even properly turn in since they don't have any fountains in the middle that they can rely upon during those team fights. And yeah, it's tough times, for sure. 16,000 damage for Sylvanas, top damage for them, 11,000 on Greymane, 35k for Hanses. He's just poking, and then you glance over to Maiev and you see her at 20k herself. So yeah, looking pretty good here. And they got 41 gems that they could still turn in. Gonda alone already at 23, so they could definitely get that done. Boss is back in 2 minutes. Yep, they're just trying to trap them, as it seems. You gotta feel a little bit sorry for Ammonite here. I mean, if you watch the winner bracket final, you know that these two guys played a pretty close series, at least when we're looking at the individual maps. But right now, Tempest, from start to finish of this best of 7, has really just shown themselves to be superior. And for Ammonite to break through that, I don't know, they really need a win here. They need at least a team fight victory to just gather the confidence, because currently things are not coordinating for them. They have the gems for a turn-in, and maybe a Webweaver wave would help them. But look at the experience again. This is a 2-level lead that we're still talking about. 13 versus 13 talents, but just when it seems that they can take an even fight with the opponent's team, Diablo is about to go down again. They're already making the play for Merryday. Capybara, time and time again with the flips. They get the triple. Ruthless, absolutely ruthless. And with Leo dying, that's another 22 gems that they've just lost. Absolutely crazy. First, they go for Diablo and take him out. After that, they drop Merryday on Malfurion, and they're not stopping there. They're taking pretty much the entire team apart. And now they can dive for those extra camps. They have level 16, a 3-level advantage. The stats lead is big. Glyph of Faith is now in 2, so huge talents on level 13. Mortal combo, and they have the turn-in. Blue team turns in. They got the Web Weavers. They got the camp. This is just murderous. I mean, damn, guys, clear path for the ambulance, please, because Ammonite is getting murdered right now. I don't know what to say. Tempest just came into this game. They missed an arrow here, but they came into this game and they said, like, all right, boys, we're going into Miami. We're not going to even give him a chance. We're going to Miami. We're going to get slot number 1 for the offline event. Let's make this happen. And I mean, it's going to be a blast. If this continues, they are going to for sure be the team that moves on to the offline final. I mean, again, this is a best of 7, so this is not the last map no matter what happens. But right now, it seems impossible for Ammonite to turn this one around. The fort at the bot lane is going to be, I mean, pretty much deleted, I would say. The keep at the top a bit more important. That one is definitely going to fall. Ah, it's nuts. 19 kills to 1. Are you shitting me? 19 kills to 1. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So off we go. The Entomb not good enough. Anduin with a pull again. Ah, boy. Yeah, here we are. They're trying to go for a quick hit on the chase to maybe get a kill or 2 right now. But I don't think that's going to happen. First, they have Garrosh who can throw people out. And then we have also Anduin who can save them. Oh, instead it's Greymane! No! No! All those gems! 53 gems on the side of Leo. Leo is trying to get away with them. Look at him. Leo is on the run. He's like, no, leave me alone. And he's nearly dead, but he's still on the move. The rest of the team, they don't care though. They went for the boss already. But yeah, this is just nasty business here. 21 kills. I mean, kudos to Team Tempest. That is quite the showing that they're making here. Now, they had, of course, the advantage to also watch Ammonites run through the losers bracket, so they could really analyze the gameplay a little bit more and think about how they're going to play this. But yeah, this is just fantastic what they're doing here. I mean, no matter which Korean team qualifies at the end of the day for the offline event, it's going to be so much fun to see the Koreans play against the Europeans again. And I guess in the first round, they might also play against the North Americans. Shots fired. But yeah, either way, having that international competition is going to be pretty awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Now again, all the info, you can check it out in the video description if you watch this on YouTube. So make sure that you save those dates. The qualifiers are quickly approaching for Europe and for North America. But you should definitely make sure that you are saving the dates for the offline event to catch the action. It's all going to be on my Twitch stream, by the way, in case that wasn't clear. But you can also visit Miami and watch on site. So that's also something that you can do. Alright, either way, as it stands now, we got level 20 just around the corner for Team Tempest. 2 kills to 0. Not enough gems for the turn-in right now. That, by the way, I let slide. I've been giving them a little bit of shit for their mount choices, but the Dire Wolf, that's A-okay with me. 60 gems by Leo, so he could try and turn in, but that hasn't really happened yet. He's gonna try it though. Oh yeah, he's gonna get more and more. If they drop him, that's the ticket back into the game. I want to stress again that the red team has not gotten a single turn-in yet. Not one. And now Greymane is dead once more. Greymane is dead, and that's a 5 versus 4 with a level 20 lead currently. And they are totally gonna toast them. Malfurion, the old tree hugger, is about to go down, but he survives thanks to the tranquility. So he can waddle his way back. But down here at the bottom, there are still 2 heroes that are stuck in the team fight, and they're not going to make it out. Sylvanas dies first, Diablo then. Oh boy, this is just rough. Look at Hanzo. Hanzo already killed Leo, now he wants to go for Merry Day. And, well, Malfurion is not having a merry day, I can tell you that much. He's having a pretty bad day, in fact. 26 kills by now, 2-1. Right now, Ammonite just wishes for this to be over. Their suffering is at an end. But they really have to dig deep if they want to turn this best of 7 series around, because this is a clean 3-0 advantage for Tempest with a fantastic victory on Tomb of the Spider Queen. I mean, that is just absolutely incredible. Like, showing this is highly illegal in a lot of countries, and it was just one brutal showing of skill by Team Tempest. Kudos to them. They take the big advantages. We are headed for map number 4. Game number 3, the 3-0 lead for Tempest thanks to the winner brackets advantage. But boy, what an ass kicking for Ammonite. Rumor has it that they have to play this game standing up because they got their asses kicked so hard that they can't sit for this particular one. Cursed Hollow is the map. We got the Diablo, Maiev and Sonya on the side of Team Tempest with Greymane and Rhaegar running the damage and the heals. So the wolf pack is back. Ammonite, they are currently playing on the right with Hanzo, Thrall, Hogger, Muradin and Anduin. And this time we get the Echo of Elements, which immediately leads me to believe that there's a chance we are not going to get Ancestral Wrath, but follow through on level 7. Now, that is not a guarantee. Both talents are still great, but we'll see if they're going to go for that. Now, either way, Ammonite needs to win 4 in a row. This is the best of 7 series. This is the grand final. If you want to make it to Miami through this particular qualifier, that's how it goes. And they're starting with a Maiev kill. Maiev killed by Anduin, adding insult to injury. Not only are you first blood, but then you also get killed by the crybaby. I mean, damn, son. That's not hard. Like, Maiev, she's proud, you know? Like, she's total badass. She normally gets all the damage in, and then you get killed by the guy that is crying for his mama all the time. Nah, not the opening that Gondor was hoping for in this one. But we'll see if that's enough to turn the tide here. I mean, Ammonite was crushed. What was it? 27 kills to 1 on the last map. Ridiculous, honestly. But they have the chance to bring this back now. We've seen crazy comebacks, but against Tempest? Whew, that's gonna be rough. Lockdown? Nope. No. Pleb spray? Dude, like, come on. I'm like, what? I have a certain standard when we're talking about Korean gameplay, and the spray game is part of that. You can't just come in here with a pleb spray after another. I mean, dude, we have certain standards. We have certain expectations towards you. That's not just some shit that you can pull. Especially not twice in a row. I mean, what are you talking about? Come on, bro. A little bit more coordination here. I mean, at least you get some bonus points for the skin, but hell, that is not cool. Mid lane damage also coming in as they're looking for Hogger. He's pogging out. Down to the bottom of the map. The tag battle, the eternal battle, the battle that never ends. Diablo against Muradin. But yes, it is Cursed Hollow. Love this map. Absolutely love this map. One of my favorites. Always, ever since Heroes of the Storm was released. Ever since we had the first technical alpha. Cursed Hollow was always a fun one. Really, really like that one. And hello, Hogger. Yeah, he's dead. Rhaegar went in for a bite, and Hogger goes down. So the avenged Maiev got their own kill. And we still have up towards the top. Thrall with now 9 stacks and lockdown. Yeah, I'll talk to him. If they win and he makes it to the event, I'll talk to him, guys. I'll promise you, we'll teach the Koreans how to go for a proper spray game. So yeah, they go already for a couple of structures that they can take down, and especially them guarding those 2 siege giants really pays off, as you can see. They were able to take the entire wall down after they already did damage in the middle of the map. Weren't able to take the towers apart, but we already have Greymane in position to maybe move in a bit further and take them on, as the first tribute spawns all the way up at the top. So here we are. Merry Day is going for the channel and is getting interrupted. Capybara with a nice move here. Anduin once again showing that he's the master of pulling out as he saves reset. And Konda is also safe. What the hell? Spell. Tist, he's jumping in deep, trying to drop my F, but that didn't work out for them. Tribute is still up, and here we go. Got level 7 talents kicking in, so they're looking really, really good. Yeah, Anduin still finding himself here in the back lane, trying to make sure that anybody that gets caught is getting moved out of the fight really quickly. Quick stun there. Okay, Capybara, off we go. They have level 7 talents, and with that we get the Ancestral Wrath. Nice. Full arrow build. Muradin again going deep. Immediately getting attacked and focused here. Has to be very careful at this point. Good wall stun, and they're absolutely body blocking him into oblivion. No chance for him. And now Merry Day is in trouble. Greymane comes in, and that is the end of the Crybaby. The Tribute has also been channeled, so we have 3 kills to 1. Level 8 to level 7. Another good start for Tempest. Tempest is just murdering this grand final. I honestly don't know what to say. It seems like after the winner bracket final, they just sat there and they were like, guys, this took way too long. Let's make sure that we optimize our strategy a little bit. And if we go up against Ammonite again, then we have the number by now. And we're just absolutely brutalizing the shit out of them. I don't know what's going on there. Seriously. If Lockdown has a hot date or something, because he definitely... You see, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. Dami shows him who's boss. Oh yeah, that's the spray game. You know, you can call him out for like a weak spray game if you want, but he at least has some. So way, way better. I like that. Lockdown is sitting in a corner, crying a little bit, fully ashamed, because he's been outplayed hard on the sprays. But when it comes to the actual gameplay in the game at hand, then I gotta say that they are just crushing it. So now the boss is getting attacked, level 10 is not there yet, and Ammonite is going for more aggressive play. They are forcing the blue team to retreat, and the boss gets leashed. But here's the opportunity to maybe force a team fight around level 10 if they can buy a bit more time. Dami rushing up towards the top, and they're gonna get this one. Yep, that's gonna be a freebie for them. Alright, so nicely done. They prevent the boss from being taken early. They get the first tribute for their team. And now with level 10 available for Tempest, they are able to fall back and get not forced into the fight just yet. But yes, here we are. All the way towards the top. With another siege giant camp pushing in, Dami had to take care of it. Now they go for the boss again. And this is where it gets a little bit dicey, because even with Ammonite now moving towards the top, this time they can't invade the boss camp, so this one is going to be taken 100%. And then Tempest can move towards the top and try to go for number 2. So, yeah. They are slowly going to move there, I would say. Yeah, maybe not. You can see they're already letting it leash because they're realizing they don't have enough time. The problem for them is that the blue team isn't even doing this. They still have Sonya at the bottom of the map. and allow them to push in here. And at the same time, we got Gonda and Rega going for the next camp as the tribute is about to spawn. So the blue team definitely capitalizing on these small advantages that they've been able to eke out, and it helps them to pull even further ahead. Only they have a boss here, and that thing does tons of damage down at the bottom of the map already. Now Lockdown might die here, but he is going to get that fort, so Lockdown is going to waste a bit more of their time as the second tribute was channeled by Tempest. He's going to fall eventually. Yeah, they're 5-manning him hard. Yeah, they really wanted him here, didn't they? But while that happens, this happens too. So that's definitely a trade that I would take any day of the week. They just traded Sonya for a boss at the top. And yeah, that's a big win for them. So the bottom fort has been destroyed. The top boss has now been stolen. For Ammonite, it's annoying, to say the least. They're not going to be happy about how this develops. Dami, by the way, he's becoming my favorite very quickly. Not only does this man have a mad spray game, but he also rides a money pick. I mean, how much more awesome can you get? Capybara, also in trouble for just a moment, but still able to move out of the fight. Sonya is now back to business and is starting to join them. And this is, yeah, this is a potential curse. Potential curse and closing on level 13. While the bot lane is being pushed and the top fort has now been destroyed by a boss. There's lots of action happening all over the map, and most of it against Ammonite. Now, in the middle of the map, the fort is getting attacked and likely gonna be dropped. The boss at the top has finally been defeated by the towers, but it doesn't change the fact that we now have a battle over the tribute that could very well end up in another tribute taken. Lockdown coming back in. Gonda already going for the move here. Ooh, Muradin really low, and here comes Lockdown. They drop Hanzo first, but Muradin is next on the list. He dies. Meriday dies. It is a bloodbath, an absolute bloodbath. The only one that escapes is Hogger. They go for the curse, and what a disaster for Ammonite. Tempest came in and they have been spanking them through map after map after map, ignoring the forts, moving on for the keep. 8 minutes into the game, they're already moving down to the bottom. They see Hogger and they want Hogger, and they nearly drop him here. I mean, they're really diving hard. Now, of course, with the death timers being this low, Ammonite is now back to business, but the attack is really hitting on every single lane, with Maiev still sitting topside. They're losing so much here. Now, the keeps are still in play, though. But this keep at the top is getting attacked. Another 30 seconds on the curse. This is just incredible. Tempest is making such a strong statement with this series. They had a fantastic winner bracket run, and especially the winner bracket final, of course, was intense. But what we're seeing here right now is utter dominance by the blue team. And yeah, it's going to be a blast watching them in Miami. At this point, there's just no doubt in my mind anymore that they're going to be one of the two teams from the Korean region to attend the event. Both of the keeps are gone. Even if there's a miraculous comeback by Ammonite here, the second slot at least should go to them. But just look at this. 3 heroes dead again. Murdered on the run. The last keep is gone. And guys, this is all she wrote. The fat lady is taking a deep breath and going for it. That's going to be victory. They are 4 levels ahead right now. 4 levels. What a lead and what an advantage for Tempest. They go for the core. They decide the qualifier in their favor. Team Tempest qualifying for the Heroes International Offline Final in Miami. Congratulations. It's going to be amazing to see them go up against the European and the North American teams.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.